Okay, so this is our last winter live stream, and some of you have already signed up for spring, so I'll see you in 2 weeks, those of you who signed up. And yeah, uh, anyone have anything they want to particularly work on tonight? Put it in the chat or unmute yourself. Oh my gosh, I'm all oily. One thing about the desert, it's really dry, and I'm constantly slathering oil, like not moisturizer, oil on my face and body. So that's just because I have dry skin. Okay, Krista, Fern, Chris, hi. iPhone, hello. I'm thinking that might be Mary. Um, and Karen. Okay, hey everyone. So here we go. Okay, you've probably guessed by now that I'm getting really into this 360-degree breath thing. Now listen, here's the deal. We're going to practice it, okay? And I'm going to put it into class, just like I did with belly breath, but we're substituting. We're moving to 360 degrees. It's proven to be better than belly breath. So this is a kind of breath, the style of breath, this rib cage 360-degree expansion. So it's the entire rib cage opens up. This kind of breath takes a while to get used to, but eventually, the goal is to have it be your habitual breathing pattern. So if you can do 10 breaths like this a day, and this is a perfect way to do it with that prop, go for it. But even if you're just sitting in a chair or whatever, okay? Main thing is when you do this breath, you want the floor of your pelvis to be lined up with the rib cage. So you don't want the rib cage flaring forward. See what just happened? So now my pelvic floor is here. The bottom of my rib cage is here. We want them to come together, to be stacked, okay? That puts good pressure in the pelvic floor and works it out versus everything going all wonky. So one way to tell if your rib cage is dropped down at anytime, because it's always good to have the rib cage over the pelvis, except for a few things that are a few moves, is you take your hands in namaste. Okay, I don't think I'm blurry. I think it's just the light. I got the lights on here, and now the light comes through here. Hold on, maybe this is better. That might be better, less glare. So basically, if you put your hands in Namaste Mudra, I'm going to move the mic over, and you put them on your sternum. You take your thumbs and you put them on your sternum, right? That bone in the middle of your chest. The fingertips should be going straight up to the ceiling. Now, if I jut my rib cage forward, so think about your bottom ribs jutting forward. See what happens? Right? I'm lifting my rib cage, and now my fingertips are going on a diagonal, not straight up to the ceiling. See, it's the difference between this and this. I'm exaggerating. This and this. Okay, that's just one way to check your rib cage alignment. All right, so welcome. Could just kind of jumping right in here. Okay, so large pillow on the bottom. This is going to be propping you up from your shoulders, like from your shoulder pits up. And then the little top pillow goes underneath your head. So first, you come down slowly so that you can drop like right about at the armpits down toward the edge of the pillow, bottom edge of the pillow. And then you rearrange things so the head feels nice. Now you'll notice that knees are bent, feet into the mat. You'll notice that the rib cage is dropped. If you feel the bottoms of your ribs, they're not sticking up in this position. We're intentionally putting our body in a position for good 360-degree breath. Take your hands on either side of your rib cage or on your belly. I like to do the rib cage because I'm not a good rib cage breather yet. This is gives me more feedback. All right, now, when you breathe in, just concentrate on expanding the rib cage to the side and back. It'll come forward on its own because we tend to push it forward anyway. So inhale, feel the rib cage widen. Now exhale, candles breath. Blow out those candles all the way. Rib cage comes together. Inhale, open up the rib cage, let it in. And this time when you blow the candles, start blowing slowly. I'm going to talk. When you're blowing out the candles at the very bottom of your breath, you're going to trigger a deep core engagement. You may not feel it or be aware of it, but it does happen with that last bit of blowout. Inhale, open the rib cage. Blow out the candles. Be aware of activated core at the very end of the exhale. See how it kind of comes together at the center? Okay, now take your hands over your belly because I want you to really, we're going to feel this activation of the core. Rib cage breath. It's okay, belly comes up to a bit. Exhale, candle breath. Feel how the abdominals come together, and right at the center there in deep is this deep core engagement, transverse abdominis. Inhale, rib cage. Exhale, blow out the candles, activate the core at the end. All right, we're going to add on. This time we're going to work the deep core. So stay here. Feet are hip distance apart and they are parallel. Okay, now what we're going to do is at the end of that exhale, when you feel your core activated, or if you don't, at the very end of that exhale, we're going to lift one leg. We're going to float one leg up to the ceiling and then the other, and we're going to keep them up there. Follow me. Inhale, try to make it at the ribs. Big. Blow out the candles through the mouth, slow. At the very end, when the belly drops, lift the right knee, just float the right leg up to the ceiling, reverse tabletop with that leg. Inhale again, rib cage. Exhale, candle blow. Very end, lift the left. So you probably feel some bracing in the abdominals. You will probably engage other abdominal muscles. We're just kind of getting some training for deep abdominal work. All right, so we're going to use rib cage breath again, and this time we're going to do toe taps. So we're going to bring in some deep core work. So flex the heels just a bit. Rib cage breath. Candle breath. Very end, tap the right heel to the ground. Bring it up again. So use that bottom of the breath, that rib cage activation before you make that move. Inhale, rib cage. Exhale. There we go, rib cage, low abdominal activation, and left heel goes down and comes up. Let's do it again. I'll talk less. Inhale. Exhale, wait for the end. Core is active. Right heel comes down and up while that core is engaged. Inhale. Exhale. There it is at the end. Left heel taps down and bring it up. Both feet, bring them down to the ground. I want to start getting us used to really feeling and using the deepest part of the core. We use a lot of the more superficial abdominals, but it's good to go deeper. Okay. And to add that. Okay, so take away your pillows. You might want to keep them to the side because they can come in really handy for other parts of your practice. And then just come flat on the ground. If you really liked being on that pillow, you can step on that pillow. All right, or at least put one under your head. It's okay. But otherwise, a regular head into the mat. Okay, here we go. Feet are parallel. Press your feet into the mat. Every single toe presses into the mat. Outer edges of your feet into the mat. Notice what happens when you activate your feet. Can you feel it coming up into the ankles and the calves? Soften. your shoulders. Let the palms roll up. All right. And stay right here. And just curl your tail in just a little bit. Press into the feet. Lift into a little bridge right here. Chin is sliding to the chest. Press into the feet. Press the tops of your thighs up towards your ceiling. Soften those shoulders. Palms are still up. All right, nice. Now press the glutes, press the butt cheeks up toward the hip bones. Yeah, come halfway down. Press up again. Come halfway down. Press up again. Actually, if you have your head on a pillow, it's not going to work here. You might want to take it away. Halfway down. I ended up throwing in a bridge. Halfway up. Now we're going to come down real slowly, one vertebrae at a time, into your mat. Feel that. Feel that. Yeah, then feel when you drop the lower back into the mat. Soften it, widen it. Nice. Straighten your left leg. Take your right knee up to your chest. Intertwine your fingers over the shins. And press down. Elbows are out to the sides. Feel those biceps work. Chin to the chest. Squeeze those elbows into your body. Chin to the chest again. Flex your left heel. Open your left toes. Draw your navel down without squeezing, without bracing. And then lift the left heel off the ground. Now lift straight up with the face and the chest. Switch legs. Exhale at the top. Switch. 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 Switch and hold this one. Head comes down to the ground. Right heel comes down to the ground. Elbows out to the sides and really press down into that shin. Intertwine your fingers if that gives you more power. Oh, nice. And here we can do a soft belly breath, of course, into that thigh. Squeeze your elbows into your body. Lift your face and your chest. This time, bring the arms up, hands together, little basket, scoop it under your head. Elbows are wide, you're looking straight up. So there's space between your chin and your chest here. Flex the right heel, open the right toes. Lift that foot off the ground. Switch legs. Switch. Now, press through that heel of the straight leg. Draw the bent knee up toward your chest. Slow and controlled, working those abs. Now, if you notice yourself picking up in the rib cage, especially the lower ribs, try to drop them down. Okay, it's real subtle, but try to keep them dropped down. There, and both knees come up to the chest, head comes into the ground. Take a hold of the top of both shins, press both thighs into your torso. Nice. Both elbows into the sides of your body. Deep breaths here to open your spine. Another big rib cage breath right here. All right, cross at the ankles. Lift your arms to the ceiling, palms face each other, hands come together, intertwine your fingers. Bend your elbows out to the sides and scoop your head with your palms. Lift your head a little bit. Nice, elbows are wide. Okay, send both legs straight out and bring them in again. Straight out, bring them in. Straight out, bring them in again. Put the other foot at the top. So just change the crisscrossing of your feet. Straight out and in and out. Now at the end of your exhale, if you can feel that deep abdominal, go for it. engage it at the bottom of the exhale and bring it in. Head comes down to the ground. Arms are open in a T position. Uncross your feet. Make sure the arms are not higher than shoulders. Make sure the palms are up to the ceiling. Wrap your right leg over your left. Soften those shoulders again. They tend to pick up and want to help out even though they cannot. And then slowly drop your legs to the right. Oh. Nice spinal rotation here. Feel it. Nice left arm opening here. Chest. If you're scrunching that right shoulder, release it. All right, drop your legs a little deeper into the ground. Now, if you can't get your legs to touch the ground, grab one of those pillows you have and just tuck it under your legs. Bring the left arm all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, now listen up. Turn onto your right shoulder. So now you're turned looking to the side. So what we did is we just got some of that twist out of the lower back, right? The back's nice and straight now. You're basically lying on your side with that left leg over the right. Both knees are bent. Bring your arm way back, that left arm way back, and reach back there. Come on and reach. So hand is not touching the ground, but you're reaching back there. Okay, remember the angel wings? Arm comes up towards your head, just as much as you can get it, and then down to the side, and then down toward the bottom of your mat. Bring it back up. It'll be easier when I go to the other side. I know you don't see my arm, but we've done this a few times. So what you want to do here is you want to look for your spots that are especially tight or sticky. For me, it's kind of in the corner, in the upper corner here. So I'm going to stay there and just work there with a little up and down wing movement, but a real small one. So just listen to your body. This is really good for the shoulder. Keep breathing. All right, now bring that shoulder all the way down to the bottom of your mat, all the way in front of you and overhead. We're doing a 360-degree rotation of the shoulder using the arm bone movement. So it's a real slow 360. Take your time. Next time that arm comes in front of you and it's over your right arm, reversed down toward the bottom of your mat, behind you, overhead, and then in front of you. Go at your own pace. Slow is better than fast in these because the body, it doesn't push back as much. The slower you go, the more the body will adapt to a greater range of motion, if that makes sense. Right? Because you're not putting the body in this like, oh, what are you doing? Kind of like push back guard. All right, now bring the arm up over the head and behind you again. Drop that arm toward the ground as you begin to turn your body back to center. Okay, open your arms in a T position, relax both arms, and I want you to feel the difference between your right shoulder and your left shoulder. Go deep, just feel it, just note the different sensation in the left versus the right. Cross your right leg over your left if you use a pillow. For your legs to fall on, move it over to the other side. Okay, and we're going to turn the hips to the left, right? We're doing a spinal rotation before we work that shoulder more deeply. Yeah, nice spinal rotation here. Nice opening for the right hip. Starting to open that right shoulder, right chest. Notice if you're pressing into the left shoulder or left shoulder blade, kind of pinning down toward the mat. Release that. I was doing that. Add that rib cage breath now that you're used to this pose. Okay, now roll onto your left shoulder. So you're rolling onto your left side. So you might want to, you might need to tuck that shoulder back a little, whatever, just so that you're comfortable. You're on your left shoulder. Now bring the right arm up. So do you notice you're no longer twisted in the lower back, right? You're just turned to your left side. Now reach back there with that right arm. Keep the arm straight as you can, and really reach like you're trying to get something from someone that's trying to give it to you behind. You're trying to reach out. Keep that reaching because we want to really draw the arm bone away from the shoulder here. Get more to stretch. And then the wings slowly come up and down. Now, don't get hung up on exactly where they are compared to my arms. Everybody's different, okay? You got to listen to your body when you make these movements, okay? But it's usually, for me, up in that upper corner and above my head where I feel most restricted. So once you make some nice fluttery angel wing movements here, go for the area where you want to work on it the most. For me, I go to the area that feels the tightest. And then I reach out from that place, and then I just go a little up and down right there, right in that area that feels the tightest. All right. One more angel sweep down and up. Okay, now take it down to the bottom of your mat, across your hip, over your left arm, above your head, and back. Feel that 360. We already warmed up the shoulder, so you're probably going to have quite a bit of range of motion here. So slow it down, feel it. Reverse. Remember, you're really reaching with the fingertips. Reach, reach, reach away from you, especially when you're behind. Reach away, then reach above, then reach forward, reach down. And then when the arm comes out to the side again, drop it into the ground, roll your body over, come back onto your mat, straighten everything out. Take your knees to your chest, rock side to side here. And some little circles. It's really getting into the lower back here. Reverse those circles. All right, cross at the ankles and let's come up. Okay, now I'm going to put the light on. I don't think the sun's shining anymore through that window. Okay, so here we go. Now, if your wrists hurt when you're in this tabletop position, something that's really nice to do is you can take, I'll try to remember it next class. Take a towel, like a hand towel from the bathroom, put it in half or in thirds, and just get it under the heels of your hands, just the very bottom parts of your hands. You still want the hands in the same position. Thumbs reaching out toward each other, middle fingers reaching out toward the top of your mat, making a T. And then, of course, the wrists are under your shoulders. Now, let's start with some cat and cow. Just close your eyes here. Let's really work internally and segmentally on the spine. So first, just without sucking up, just lift your belly. Just lift it. Yeah, go more for using the deeper muscles versus sucking in. Okay, nice. Now roll your tail under. Feel your sacrum drop. Feel your lower back open. Press into the heels of your hands as you lift your spine and one vertebrae at a time. Round your back up. Drop your head. Now press into the heels of the hands. Roll the inner thighs so they're facing each other. So you're a little kind of bow armed here. And then really spread the scapula apart. Spread the shoulder blades apart here. Spread them apart some more. Feel how that adds stability in the shoulders. Keep that spread. Basically, you're activating your rhomboid muscles. And then just lift your head slightly so your neck is in alignment with the rest of your spine. You're looking straight down between the hands. You're still drawing those shoulder blades apart. Okay, keep them like that. Roll the tail up, drop your belly, drop your lower back, keep those rhomboids opening the shoulder blades. Now roll the inner elbows in and the elbows in toward one another. Send your chest forward and send your head forward. Cow pose. This time you can press into the heels of the hands as you drive your collarbones straight ahead to get some good strengthening in that upper back. Release the hips. Tuck the tailbone under. Lift the belly up. Curl and tuck down there. We're getting every single vertebrae opened up. Feel the opening crawl up your spine. When it gets to the mid-back, press more firmly into the heels. Little bow arms with the arms just to open it up some more. Drop the head. Releasing tail first, it comes up, softening those elbows, bringing them in a bit. Dropping the belly, the lower back. Pressing into the heels of the hands, sending the collarbones forward, really stretching and lengthening through the upper back. And back to table pose here. Okay, let's do a little bit of tricep. Okay, so what I want you to do is stay in this position and just try to roll your inner elbows so they're facing forward. Okay, so just you're kind of externally rotating, right? You're kind of rotating the upper arms away from one another. Okay, now listen up. You are not going to send your tail back at all. You're going to keep your butt right where it's at. You're not going to push it back. Bend your elbow straight back. Drop your collarbone straight down and don't push back toward the butt. Keep those elbows squeezed in. Send the collarbone slightly forward. So you're even sending the tail slightly forward. Press more deeply into the heels of your hands. Squeeze those elbows in toward one another. Straighten this out. Swivel the inner elbows forward. Keep them forward as you bend the elbows. If the elbows are splaying, bring them in close to like a number 11 with your arms. Collarbone drops, send the hips slightly forward. There it is, loading into those triceps. Press into the heels of the hands. Straighten it out. Let's do one more. These are pretty intense. Okay, so you bend the elbows back. Look at your inner elbows. They should be facing forward. Draw those elbows in toward one another. Natural tendency to push back toward the tail. Push the tail slightly forward instead. Bend those elbows as you drop your collarbone. Keep neck in alignment with the rest of your spine. There it is. You feel those triceps work. Lift up. Oh, oh boy. Okay, let's let's shake it out before we get off. I don't know about you, but that was pretty intense. Okay, here we go. Curl the toes. We're coming up to down dog. Bring it up. Hips come up. Figure out where you want your feet to be. Be aware of the palms and the fingers pressing into the mat. Come onto your tippy toes. Lift your hips. Send your chest back toward your legs. Head falls between the arms. Now drop your heels. Yeah, nice down dog here. Wag your tail from side to side. So try to keep your feet planted if you can, and just move the hips from side to side. This is also going to work on the ankles. See, can you see how the shin bones are moving side to side? Ankles stay steady. And press back again. Lift up with the hips. Left foot comes in just off center. Plant it into your mat. Lift the right leg. Nice. Glide forward. Bring your body forward. Stop when the shoulders are over your wrist. Now, if you just want to stay in down dog here, do so, or I should say three-legged dog. If you're here, bend the right knee, bring it to the right shoulder, send it straight back again. Right shoulder, straight back. So this one's tough. If you want to skip it, do something else. Straight back, bring it up again. Everyone's in three-legged dog. Okay? And now, open your hips to the right and notice how you begin to load more weight onto your left shoulder. Press more firmly into your left hand and push the mat away from you. Notice how that opens the shoulder space. Now pick up the right ankle toward the ceiling. Notice the outer glutes light up. Flex that right heel and pulse. Bigger pulses than usual. More of a big up and down seesaw kind of thing. Really work them. Keep the leg lifted. Turn the hips so they're facing the mat again. Look forward. Right foot comes forward between your hands. Look back at your left foot. Shimmy the foot and the toes all the way back there until you can't go back any farther. Make sure your legs are on different tracks. Now squeeze the left butt cheek. Press the left heel back, and I want you to feel the back of that left leg really opening up. Do you feel it? Now, squeeze your thighs, front and back of the thighs, together toward the thigh bone. Okay? You should feel that. You should feel it in your butt, your thigh, right? Squeeze some more. Squeeze some more. Hold that fire. Press into the right foot. Straighten the right leg. Walk your hands back. Fingertips facing forward. Now bend your elbows back. Drop your forehead toward your shin. Press that left heel back, really getting a beautiful opening in the calf muscle back there. You want to get it in the front leg? Come up to your fingertips. Take your right toes off the ground. Press into the heel and press the back of that leg toward the ground. Kind of gets the calf, right? It moves up more into the hamstrings. For me, more into the thighs. Drop the right foot. Right knee comes over the ankle. Drop the left knee. Remember, you've got a little pillow you can put under your knee if you want. Take the top of that left foot to the ground. Come up to your fingertips as you straighten your torso, or hands to the top of that right leg. Press the hips forward. Notice the left hip flexor getting a really nice opening here. Full breath. Rib cage. I know it's so hard to move from belly to rib cage. I got it, I got it. But hey, we can always improve, right? Fingertips to the ground. Curl your left toes under. Lift your knee off the ground. Okay. Now, take your right foot back to your left foot. Lift the hips to the ceiling and come into down dog again. We'll get to the warriors a little later. Let's just kind of get a deep lunge going on the other side. Right foot comes in just off center. Left leg lifts up. Drop that right heel. Press the chest back toward the leg. Lift the left leg a little higher. Glide your body forward. Stop when your shoulders are over your wrists. Left leg is still lifted. If you don't want to glide, don't. Bend the left knee, bring it to the shoulder. Send it straight back again. Shoulder, back, shoulder, back, shoulder, back and up again. Open your hips to the left. Okay. Notice that there's more load on the right shoulder now. So really press into that right hand. Really make an effort to press into it in order to open the right shoulder. Flexing the left heel, lifting the left ankle toward the ceiling, bringing it up and down. So actually more than a little pulse like we normally do. More like a little windshield wiper. All right. Turn it so the hips are facing the ground. Look forward. Left foot comes forward between your hands. Look back at the right foot. Send it all the way back, as far back as you can get it. Get on different tracks with your feet. Okay, time to activate the right leg, right hip. So squeeze your right butt cheek. Press your right heel toward the ground as you're squeezing the butt cheek. Feel the energy run all the way down the back of that leg. And now we're getting that right calf muscle for sure. Straighten your left knee, drop your right heel. Walk your hands back, bend your elbows back, drop your forehead toward your shin. Now keep that right heel pressing back toward the back of your mat. Keep that calf muscle nice and open. I should say muscles. Now come to the fingertips, just because we did it on the other side. Remember, I was trying to get the calf of the front leg. Pick up your feet, your foot, I should say. Press into that left heel. Now press the back of that leg toward the ground. I do feel it in my calf, but for me, I feel it more in my hamstrings. I don't know about you. And of course, wherever you feel it is where you need to feel it, right? You don't have to feel it where I feel it, because we're all so different. Okay, left foot drops, left knee comes forward over that ankle. Hands down into the mat again. Send the left foot back. Another down dog. Sweep the right leg up. Bring the right foot forward between the hands. Turn the left foot out about 45 degrees. Look back there. Make sure you're on a different track with the feet. Come on up. Warrior one. All right. Notice if you're poking your rib cage or poking your chin forward. Tuck the rib cage back. Again, take your hands in Namaste Mudra. Put the thumbs on the sternum and see if your fingertips are going straight up to the ceiling. Okay, so that means your rib cage is tucked down like it should be, right? If I had my rib cage forward, which is a tendency most of us have, then my fingertips would start not going straight up to the ceiling, but more up and over my head and behind me. Okay, press into the outer edge of your left foot. Use that to activate your entire left leg. Now your left glute. Now reach both arms up in Namaste Mudra, cross at the thumbs. Squeeze your biceps into your ears and slowly come forward, keeping the spine in alignment with your arms, just this long straight line. Release your hands, turn your palms outward, take the arms back slowly like you're pushing through like peanut butter. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, drop the shoulders away from your ears, look forward like you're just gonna, like you're gonna fly off the edge here. Now bring both arms up, warrior one. As you open into warrior two, look at your right knee. It should stay right there, right inner thigh, right knee stays in that same position, doesn't travel inward. Warrior two. Turn the left pinky forward. Feel the arm internally rotate, right? It rotates inward from the shoulder. Now turn the fingers the other direction. So pinky goes up to the ceiling and then behind you. And then the thumb comes up to the ceiling. Okay. And then the palm is behind you. You're externally rotating that arm. Squeeze it out. Draw it out as you squeeze. You're going to really feel that in the tricep. And then bring the hand in a neutral warrior position, palm down. Release that arm to the ground. Right arm comes up, comes overhead. And back to warrior two. Straighten your front leg without locking the knee. Turn your hips to the left. Notice the triangle you formed just beneath you. Okay, that's your base. Rock to the right and to the left of the very tip of that triangle. Press into the feet as you do this. Feel that triangle as your foundation, your support. And then finally reach all the way out to the right. Drop the right arm. Lift the left arm. And here you are, triangle pose. If you want to bind, you can turn that hand back on the top behind you. Bring the arm back. Bend the elbow. Give yourself a bind. Release the bind. Look down at your right foot. Bend your right knee. Stop when it's over the ankle. And then release that left arm over your ear for an intense side stretch. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Anchor there. Reach out with the left fingertips and open up that left waist. Stretch it open. Add breath. Cartwheel up, warrior two. Right foot comes forward. We're in a nice wide, a nice wide-legged pose. So feet are either toed in or forward. All right, arms come up for star pose here. Palms up, reach out into the fingertips. Really reach those arms up. Now you're going to hinge from your hips. Keep those arms nice and wide. So you're folding up in star pose. And then you're going to drop all the way down, and very conveniently, your hands can grab the fronts of your ankles or shins and drop upside down. Feel your rib cage move right here. Rib cage breath upside down. This is where you can really feel how you can open the back rib cage with your breath. Hands underneath your head, straighten your arms, walk your hands forward.
Wide dog position here. Soften those elbows a bit to drop the head between your biceps, to press the heart between your legs, and get this amazing stretch for the spine as it's upside down. Good place to put in a ribcage breath. It's kind of interesting doing it upside down here. You can even try doing the candles blowout. See if you can feel the inner abdominals. Anytime you do a candles blowout, you're going to activate your deep core. So even here, and glide forward again. Walk your hands back toward your mat. Okay, take your right foot out, your left foot out, bend your knees, and roll up into goddess squat. Okay, all right, sit more deeply in your squat. Press into the outer edges of both feet. Don't roll in to your inner feet. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Now bring the arms all the way up when you straighten your knees, all the way down when you bend. Up, release, and up, and back down. Hands come to the tops of your thighs. Heel toe your feet so that they're about hip distance apart, maybe even a little wider, and sit back into a chair. Arms come forward. As you press your arms back like you're pressing through peanut butter, come up really slowly. Gonna feel that in your thighs. Come down. Now press forward into that peanut butter. Sit down. Coming up, press, 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 press. Use the arm muscles. Yeah. And then sit back in your chair. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Make it work on the way down. And then just bounce at the bottom. And bring it up. Inhale, take your right foot, turn it toward the front of your mat. We're going to go into pigeon pose. So, however you want to get there. So, the right leg's going to be in front, left leg in the back. Remember, your left toes are planted forward when you're in this lunge position. And then you get your right leg in a good position, your left leg straight back. And then you level those hips with your mat. Get them as level with the mat as you can get them before you start coming down and putting weight into this hip. Ribcage breath is easy to put in here. You really get that sense of the 360 degrees all the way around. So the easiest way I think to connect to the ribcage mentally mentally is to think about the bottom of your ribs. Think about them really opening up in all directions, forward, side, back. And notice if you do put deep breaths in here, how that affects the feeling in that right hip. It intensifies the opening. One more big breath here. And then swinging that left leg forward. You know how I love to open the lower back with this. I just think it's such a healthy thing to do every week. So, I mean, every day would be great too, but every week in our practice, left leg forward, right knee's bent. Press that right knee toward the ground. So you're really trying to work that those thigh muscles to open that femur out to the side. Get more opening in that right hip to work with. Fingertips to the ground, flex the left heel, slide it back just a bit with the sitting bone. And then just slowly as you come over that leg, keep pressing the right knee, right outer edge of the thigh toward the ground. And just hanging out here for a few breaths, just to get some good opening in that right hip, right lower back, right leg. Also the back of that left leg's opening, of course, the spine. I mean, you're getting a lot here, but the intensity is usually felt in the lower back or the hip or the leg. And slowly lifting up, swinging that left leg back, moving that right knee over, hands under the shoulders, lift the hips, send the right leg back. All right, down dog here. Right foot comes in just a bit, left leg sweeps up, bring it forward between your hands. All right, right foot is out about 45 degrees. So you're looking for a warrior foundation for the feet, the legs. Once you find it, come on up. And if you really concentrate on engaging that right butt cheek, pressing down that right leg into the outer edge of that foot, you've got this super strong support. Now, all you got to do with the front leg is press more deeply into the foot to activate that whole leg. So now you've got both legs as this wonderful foundation. Hands come in Namaste Mudra over your head. Cross at the thumbs, straighten up the arms, press the biceps toward the ears, and come forward here. So you're going to feel how now we've dropped the weight into that left leg, especially the left hip. Okay, remember, it can handle it. Press into that foot. It's okay if it shakes, no problem. Turn the palms away from you. Get the arms back. Squeeze them back. Squeeze the wing bones together. Lift the chest. Arms come forward, lift. And then we're slowly going to open this into Warrior Two, watching our left leg stay put. If that knee travels inward, guide it out over the ankle again. Reach out through the fingertips here. Okay. Mind on the right shoulder and the right upper arm bone. Begin to take that right pinky to the ceiling. Keep that arm long. And then in front of you, do you feel it? An internal rotation of the shoulder. Squeeze it, squeeze it. That's an internal rotation. It's kind of like you're squeezing all through here, like wringing it out. Now flip the other way, reverse. Thumb comes up, thumb comes back, palm comes up, and then it's almost like you want to drive that palm back behind you as you squeeze the shoulder in this external rotation, this backward rotation. And then back into the regular position, palm down. Okay. And drop the right arm, left arm comes up and over. There's the left rib cage opening. Press into that left heel some more, left foot. Back into Warrior Two. Straighten the left knee. Turn the hips to the right. Squeeze your inner thighs together. I want you to feel that triangle beneath you. So the very tip top of that triangle is right on top between the two inner thighs, right? So squeeze the inner thighs together. Make that tip a little more narrow, that imaginary tip. Press into the feet. All right, so feel that triangle beneath you, and then you get the torso just sliding forward and back along the top of your triangle. And feel how those legs, that the foundation supports you. Now come all the way out to the left. Drop the arm, lift the other one. Turn your chest forward. Turn the palm back if you want, bring the arm back. Bend the elbow if you want to put in a bind here. Release the bind. Look down at your left foot, bend the left elbow, knee until it's over the wrist. Then take that right arm over your ear for an intense side stretch. Feel the right waist open as you press into the outer edge of your right foot and reach out through your right fingertips. Look at all the space you made. Cartwheel up, warrior two, warrior one. We're coming down for pigeon. Back toes facing forward, front legs scooching over. So yours is going to look different than mine, okay? You might want to bring that heel in a little closer to you or a little bit farther away, or the shin. It's up to you. You got to listen to your body. This should not hurt, okay? Definitely not hurt. Okay, it's an intense stretch. It's an intense sensation, but no pain. If there's pain, rearrange things or do something else. Now, as we load onto this left hip, using our body weight, just kind of dropping down, and start to really appreciate the depth of this pose. And then when we add rib cage breath to it, we even get deeper. And slowly lift up. Swing your right leg forward, left knee to the side. Pressing that left knee down, flexing the right foot, sliding it back just a little bit, and then coming over it slowly. Just notice what you feel here. Notice the sensations, maybe in the lower back, hip. And slowly release. All right, take both feet together in front of you, knees to the sides. Let's just do a little butterfly, open the inner thighs and the groin before we get up. Okay, then legs behind you. And come on up. Okay, feet about hip distance apart. Going to do another inversion here. Bend the knees, push the butt back just a little bit. Let the belly drop between the thighs or on top of it. Drop the head in front of the knees. And then just palms up, tops of the hands pressing into your mat. So we're going to kind of open the wrists here. Now, as you rock forward and back with your body, feel the opening in the wrists. Now, if you can't get down this far with your arms, just grab the backs of your ankles if you can't get the tops of your hands to the floor. All right, slowly roll up. All right, and then for those of you who couldn't get the tops of your hands to the floor, just because I want everyone to have the opportunity, take the tops of your hands together. Okay. I can demonstrate this well because I have super long fingers. Okay, so you see, that's the inside of my hand. See, it's a reverse namaste. Okay, now begin to bring the fingertips toward you. And then lift them up as much as you can in this position. It's hard. Now bring them toward you and down again. Press them into one another. Now bring them forward. Press them into one another. Now bring them toward you. The tops of your wrists. Bring it toward you. And release. Okay, let's bring it down to the ground, belly down. We're going to come into our restorative pose first. Crocodile. So feet are toed in, palms are stacked, head is resting on the top hand, and completely let go. Just release everything here. Okay, now take your hands. How do I want to do this? Yeah, take your hands as if you're going to do a cobra pose. Right hands chest level and close to the body. Bring the elbows in close to the body. Look straight down at your mat and get your face as close to the mat as you can, almost touching it. Now lift your right leg off the floor. Now draw your right leg away from the hip like you're making it longer. Lift it some more. Pulse it right there. Little pulses, they're small. Drop that leg. Soften everything. If you picked up your head, get it close to the mat again. Lift your left leg. Draw it away from your hip. Lengthen it. Lift it a little higher and pulse it right there. They're really tiny controlled pulses working deep in the hips. Drop it down. Get your head closer if you came up. There's a tendency to start drawing the head up and looking forward. Try not to do that. Tuck in the chin. Stay low with the face. Both legs come up. Both hands come up off the ground. Flutter kick the feet. Come back down. Forehead drops. All right. All right. Now, take your hands a little farther away from your body. Pick up your pubic bone. Roll it towards your belly. Drop it down. We're ready. We're getting ready here for cobra now. So here we go. Slowly lifting your front body from your mat, one tiny bit at a time. You're recruiting the back muscles to do the work, everyone. So when you're right here, your back is working a lot. You should be able to take your hands off the ground. Okay, so the hands are there, but not really working until you come up into a back bend for you backbenders. Okay, now when you come down, backbenders, remember, as soon as you don't need to press into the hands, don't. Kiss your forehead to the mat, come up again. Back, oh, twisty. I forgot the twisty. If you want to do a twisty at the top, go for it. Back down. And forehead touches the ground. Turn your head to one side. Relax into that side of your cheekbone. And then very slowly, turn your head to the other side. Very, very slowly. And now bring your head back to center, palms chest level, lift yourself up into a tabletop pose. Oh, just appreciate everything you did for your body in this practice. Feel that. Yeah, I mean, really. All right, curl your tail. Send your hips back slowly. Feel the spine lengthen. Drop down into child's pose. Okay, take a few breaths in child's pose. And if you are staying for Shavasana, you can always use those pillow props if you want that we used for 360 breathing. It's up to you. You can use your ribcage. It's kind of just a way to, it's an easy way to do ribcage breath, to use those props. All right, and then just drop into your Shavasana. So try to give yourself this next, what is it, 9 minutes or so, to just let everything drop. Anything from previous to this moment or from the future, right? So nothing that you need to do, nothing that you have done, let it all go. Just give yourself this time to experience the here and the now. Because that's really all you have, right? So notice the sensations of your breath. Just lay back and notice them. Don't control your breath. And then begin to notice other sensations outside the breath. Sensations of your body, where it's touching your mat, right? The gravity, that little pressure that just gently pulls you down toward the core of the earth. Experience your body as a cloud of sensations and try to let go, try to relinquish the shape of your body. Because right now, that's just something you're imagining. What do you experience right now? All those sensations. And they keep changing, right? It's a cloud of changing sensations. Just drop back. Notice that. And now widening your awareness. Notice any sounds. Notice any thoughts that arise. Feelings that arise. So just be the background where all of this rises and falls. Okay? Don't judge any of it. Don't push any of it away. Don't run after any of it. Right? We all want to grab pleasure and have it forever. And we all want to push pain away and never have it. And that's just not the way it is. Okay, reality is a mixture of things. But right now, you can just notice all of it without any judgment, without any labeling, liking, not liking. Just lay back, let it happen. You're not creating this. This is just energy floating by your consciousness. I should say floating within your consciousness, rising and then disappearing. And if you notice yourself getting contracted or lost in a thought, just go back to the breath and the sensations of breathing. And then you can slowly open up your awareness from there. Once you've just anchored yourself into the moment with your breath. And even if you notice there's certain things, that we typically label as negative, worry or fear or doubt, those types of things, just notice them too. Just something else that's within the consciousness that rises and falls away again. So you just let it all happen and drop back. And the less you push away or grab those things that come into your awareness, the more you can just observe them and just be the ground, right? The ocean where they rise and fall, just that equanimity, that baseline where it just happens and then dissolves. The more you can be that, the more you can touch your inner peace, the feeling of your inner peace. But even with your inner peace, don't grab that. Okay, that feeling, again, it's not going to last forever. It just rises and falls. All right, now bring your awareness to your rib cage, the sensations of your rib cage expanding to receive the breath, softening to release the breath. Just follow the next two breaths as closely, as precisely as you can. The next two inhales, the next two exhales. Okay, and just remember, you always have your breath to go to. When you want this calming, this coming within the moments, this, versus the way we're typically distracted by what happened and what's going to happen.
Just resting in the here and now, using your breath. And in tonight's practice, if you'd like to put a prayer, sankalpa intention here, you can do that now. Next exhale, you can release that. All right. Transitioning. And when you're ready, rolling to one side. And then slowly bringing yourself to seated pose. And arms out to the sides, palms up. Inhale. And let it out. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. So I shall see some of you in 2 weeks. And April 10th, that's the first day of the next live stream. That's about it. Have a great weekend.